Hello and welcome back to the channel. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button and turned on notifications so you don't miss any of our breaking geology updates. Every like and subscribe helps us bring you the latest discoveries happening beneath the Earth's surface. Now, let's get into it. In Iceland, scientists have made a startling observation. New cracks are appearing across the volcanic landscape. These are long, jagged fissures cutting across the ground. Experts are warning that these mysterious cracks could be the first warning signs of something much bigger. As many of you know, Iceland is no stranger to volcanic activity. It sits directly on the mid-Atlantic ridge, a unique location where two massive tectonic plates, the North American and Eurasian plates, are slowly pulling apart. This makes Iceland one of the most volcanically active regions on the planet. And right now, nature seems to be stirring once again. You might be wondering, cracks in the ground, why is that so dangerous? Well, in Iceland's case, these aren't just harmless breaks in the surface. They can act like pressure valves. When magma deep underground forces its way upward, the immense pressure often splits the rock apart, creating these visible fissures at the surface. So when scientists see these new cracks forming, it could very well mean that magma is on the move, rising closer to the surface, searching for a way out. And if that magma finds enough weakness in the crust, the result can be a new volcanic eruption. This isn't just speculation. Iceland has a history of eruptions that began with strange ground cracks. Think back to 2010 when the famous Eyjafjallajökull eruption, the one that shut down air traffic across Europe, was preceded by cracks and swelling in the landscape. More recently, in 2021 and 2022, the Fagradalsfjall eruptions were also preceded by visible fissures and unusual seismic activity. Now, with fresh cracks forming again, experts are warning that Iceland could be preparing for yet another eruption, possibly sooner than anyone expected. So, what exactly do these cracks look like? Local reports describe them as long, dark fractures slicing across open fields, some stretching for several hundred meters. In certain areas, steam and heat can actually be seen rising from the ground. That's a clear sign of geothermal activity, heat from deep underground escaping to the surface. But here's what's especially concerning. These cracks are forming in populated areas, not just remote lava fields. This means nearby towns could be directly at risk if magma does reach the surface. Geologists monitoring the situation have already installed seismic instruments and ground sensors around the region. These devices track even the tiniest vibrations underground, the kind that humans can't feel, but which often indicate magma movement. And the data is showing a worrying trend. Clusters of small earthquakes are shaking the same regions where the cracks are appearing. When cracks, earthquakes, and ground deformation all happen together, it's often the recipe for an eruption. The big question everyone is asking is, are these cracks the beginning of a new volcanic eruption in Iceland? The answer isn't simple. On one hand, fissures don't always lead to eruptions. Sometimes the pressure releases slowly and the magma stalls underground. But other times, cracks like these are the Earth's way of saying something is about to break through. If an eruption does occur, it could take several different forms. A fissure eruption, where lava fountains shoot up directly from the cracks, creating long rivers of lava that spread across the landscape. An explosive eruption, if magma encounters groundwater, it could trigger powerful explosions, sending ash high into the sky. Or a slow lava flow, the least dangerous scenario, where lava oozes slowly, giving people time to evacuate. The problem is no one knows which scenario might unfold, or when. For people in Iceland, this uncertainty is deeply unsettling. Towns near Reykjanes and Grandavik have already experienced evacuations during past volcanic scares. If these new cracks expand, authorities might be forced to order evacuations again, disrupting lives and livelihoods.
Tourism, one of Iceland's biggest industries, could also take a hit. The fear alone could empty entire regions. And let's not forget, Iceland's volcanoes don't just affect Iceland. As history has shown, eruptions here can have global consequences. Think back to 2010, when Eyjafjallajökull eruption, the one that shut down air traffic across Europe, sent massive ash clouds into the sky, grounding over 100,000 flights across Europe and stranding millions of passengers worldwide. All it took was one volcano in Iceland to cause global disruption. If these mysterious cracks do lead to another large eruption, we could once again see air travel chaos across Europe, disrupted trade routes, and even shifts in global weather if enough ash and gas reach the upper atmosphere. This is why scientists are monitoring Iceland so closely right now. It's not just about protecting local communities, it's about understanding how one event here could ripple across the globe. So, where do things stand right now? As of the latest updates, the cracks remain active. Small earthquakes are continuing in the same regions, and heat is still being detected at the surface. Authorities are urging people to stay cautious, avoid restricted zones, and follow updates from the Icelandic Meteorological Office. But the truth is, much of this remains a waiting game. Will the cracks widen? Will magma reach the surface? Or will the Earth quiet down once again, leaving only scars on the landscape as a reminder of the tension below? Only time will tell. Iceland is a land shaped by fire and ice, where powerful natural forces are constantly at work beneath the surface. These new cracks are just the latest reminder that the Earth is alive, restless, and always changing. So, while we can't predict the exact moment of the next eruption, we can be sure of one thing. Iceland's story with volcanoes is far from over, and we'll be here to bring you every update as it happens. If you found this update informative, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share this video with anyone curious about the mysteries of our planet. Stay safe, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next update.